Peace family. So I'm back with another one. Today what I wanted to do was I wanted to discuss about how you will not receive the progression if you do not learn the lesson. You have to learn the lesson in order to receive the progression. You know what I'm saying? So I know I was talking before, and I've been kind of reiterating about how we all have to be aware of our own cycles. And recently I just been kind of in my own transition in space. Y'all can see I haven't uploaded anything in a while. I've been in the process of moving, transitioning, taking care of some responsibilities that I need to, and then catching up on the ones that I've been lacking on. You know what I'm saying? So I am a human, you know what I'm saying, a spiritual being still, you know, but having that human experience. But what kind of brought me to this subject today was just kind of real life, you know. There's always lessons to be learned, and we always find ourselves in some of the most weirdest, difficult, awkwardest, most astounding situations. So the best thing that we can do is kind of reanalyze and assess the situation. So there will be times to where you will be in the process of focusing your energy to manifest or to just project something into the realm that you have been focusing your energy on in the spiritual realm. But then you have these obstacles that come across your course. We call them obstacles, or you can call them tests that come across your course. Now when these tests come across, usually for me, I know it's a test when my energy starts to go in motion, and then I have to focus on my energy within a little bit more. It's like, oh, okay, well, this must be a test, because it'd be something almost kind of like somebody randomly tapping you on your shoulder while you're in the grocery store or something. You know, just a small example. You wasn't really expecting it, just kind of threw you off, so now your energy is set in motion, but you're aware, so you catch it in time. So when things like this happen and you start being aware of when these tests and these lessons are happening, how you respond and react to these tests is going to evaluate how you are progressing and how you get to progress. And every time I face these obstacles or these tests, I do exactly what I just did. I just smile. So sometimes it might be me in my own space, maybe like in my car or in my other space, or it could be like me around other beings or entities. But what happens is when I feel it and I notice it's being a test, I kind of smirk and smile from within. So if people around, they'll ask what is so funny, when really it's just me acknowledging the situation from the spiritual realm. But when I do it in my own space, I don't have to worry about those questions. So being aware of the lesson. So like an example that I could give would be like, I like to just use me because it's just easier instead of pinpointing and trying to think of a million other examples. But like an example for me, progression and lesson would be like some things where it's like, in my real lifetime, I had already been in my physical location for 5 years already, the one that I was living at already. So I knew it was going to be time to venture and to journey out of that location, because I wasn't planning on staying there and living there forever. But what happens is there's a whole lesson in between this chaos. And it's only chaos because it's a whole bunch of responsibilities lists. So say you got 50 of them. So let's just say I have 50 of them. All right, so I'm knocking 45 of them out the way, but the 5 that are not being pushed to the forefront are still some of the ones that kind of keep the chain flowing. So that's when it comes into play of looking at your own actions and looking at what you're doing and making sure that, okay, you are still taking the steps needed. And what I emphasize more now as well too, and even within my own self, is more discipline. You know, we was almost taught to fear discipline, one, because of how it was programmed to us from outside of us, and then 2, from how we was programmed inside our households with discipline. You know, we wasn't really taught discipline, we was just shown it in an unhealthy manner. Some of us got some healthy tactics that we learned, disciplinary actions, and how to added to ourselves to use. But for the most part, that didn't come till later on in our journeys. You know what I'm saying? So being disciplined enough to catch your lessons so you can still be progressing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to be missing these lessons and then keep hitting these walls, because now you know, all right, well, I'm having these cycles. This is, what season am I in? You know, you have to have this process that you go through. What season I'm in? All right, boom. I'm in this season right now. Okay, I got 1, 2, 5, and 9 going on. You know what I'm saying? So now I have to figure out, all right, if I don't want to be in this same space the next 5 years or 10 years, what immediate steps can I take now to kind of help me move forward so that way I can keep progressing? I don't, like, you can learn a bunch of unhealthy tactics and shit, but I don't like to call that progression, you know, because you're going downward. It's a decline, not an incline. So, but you are still learning. You know, I don't take that away, because you are still learning. You just learning some unhealthy shit and some unbeneficial shit, you know, that's only gonna benefit mostly probably you. You know what I'm saying? Not the people around you, not the entities and the universe and nature and life and everything else that's going on around you. You know what I'm saying? But you have to pay attention and be aware when these lessons and these tests are being brought to you. You know, sometimes you may fucking just step out the house and almost make it to your car and you're being tested right away. You know what I'm saying? It could be something was blocking your car, or maybe something's blocking your driveway. So now you're being tested right away to see, am I going to get riled up, or am I going to manage my energy and realize, okay, boom, this is a test. Let me settle myself, breathe. You always breathe and just focus on it. That's what I mean by breathe. You don't stop breathing. You stop breathing, you're on to your next journey. Focus on your breathing, and you make sure you tell yourself, all right, this is a test. I'm supposed to be working on my patience from here. All right, this is a test. I'm supposed to be taking 1, 2, 3, and 7 steps right here. You know what I'm saying? But I also understand the hardest part is the disciplinary. You know, you have to discipline yourself. And I realize with disciplining yourself is it's a lot easier disciplining yourself in your own space or with people who are well disciplined, opposed from people who are not disciplined. Not disciplined people will pull you into a lower space, feeling even shittier, because now you pushing yourself to be disciplined, but now you're in undisciplined energy. So now the things that you are undisciplined in, now they're being pulled to the forefront. So now you're going downward instead of going upward. Self-discipline, paying attention to these lessons so that way you can continue to progress. You know what I'm saying? It's huge in this journey out here. And the thing with a lot of us chosen ones, like, and I just mean chosen for, you know, to create this shift in what is going on out here. I don't mean like you just picked up a leaf of grass and now you chosen. You know, you picked up that book and now you chosen. Now, all of this is something that starts within. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that I would just be able to say, okay, blah, 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 this is me. You have to feel that in here. Doesn't matter what the fuck I tell myself or call myself as far as that department. But what I mean is just like, we already know we're going to have a lot more tests than usual because of the Western society. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to be prepared for the tests. The tests are actually pretty big and in your face. It's the pop quizzes that kind of throw the wrinkles in for me sometimes. But because I have a fast processor, I'm usually trying to stay more in tune with it a lot faster before it just springs up on me. Or if it does, I try to at least be prepared. Even though I'm not always prepared, because like I just said when I was giving myself an example earlier, hey, I'm taking care of some responsibilities, but then I have a couple handful that I'm lacking in. You know what I'm saying? That I know I could be pushing more energy and putting more devotion and focusing that more in that direction. You know what I'm saying? But when you working against the opposition and you gotta fight them battles itself, and then you got your own battles that you're fighting for yourself, and then you're fighting everybody else's battles, and then the people that you allow around you, you still have, you may not be fighting them, but they definitely aren't as helpful as they can be. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I keep it on subject, but we're gonna keep it with the lessons you have to learn and pay attention to if you want to continue to progress. You know what I'm saying? So if you running and popping these tests, these pop quizzes and these tests, and you're not really paying attention to them and you're failing these tests, it's going to be the same test coming back to you. Different cycle, same test. Different vehicle, same test. It's kind of like the crash dummy courses when we used to see the commercials when we didn't. That's all we could watch was TV. We used to see the commercial, the car just keep running into the wall. Fop. They got to keep testing until one works. So don't be the wall and just let them keep ramming and testing it with different cars to you. Like, just, all right, they hit you one time with the car, I bet, boom. I'm going to make sure I'm ready so you don't light my ass up the next time you come with the car, because I'm going to sidestep it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be the wall barrier all the time. I don't mind helping and assisting where somebody is moving too fast and I got to step in the way and slow them down. But, like, nah, if you running full speed ahead with a sword, a weapon, a knife, a gun, or anything that could cause some harm or damage, we got to know how to get the fuck out the way. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't want to run it up too long. We will be getting back to this consistently. I apologize that I have not been on it the way I'm supposed to have been on it. You know what I'm saying? There's been a lot going on outside of the digital world. So even as far as my Instagrams and all my other medias, I have not been posting much up there because it's just been a lot of other things that I've been trying to get more organized, you know what I'm saying? But tapping everything down below. Peace and love to the kings and queens.